Joining me now is the father of Parkland shooting victim Jamie Guttenberg, Fred Guttenberg. He is also the co-author of the forthcoming book, American Carnage. Mr. Guttenberg, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday show. I'm just wondering.
Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning. What are some of your reflections as we near the 5-year mark since Parkland?
It still feels like 5 minutes ago, but I have to tell you, as we get to the 5-year mark, I'm really dwelling and thinking a lot about love and gratitude for just the amazing people who have been a part of my life or have stepped into my life over the past 5 years, that have held myself, my family, and my community together. And I think about the political leaders who have stood by my side to fight, to simply stop the next one, to save a life, to put the value of life over the value of a weapons sale. You started this with President Biden. He is one of those champions that I am thankful for.
And you pointed out the president, and we showed his words, his very emphatic words about the need for Congress to pass an assault weapons ban. But do you have any hope that will happen, especially with Republicans in control of the House?
Well, listen, there's a Looney Tunes element to what's happening in the House right now. Let's be honest about that. Mm-hmm. I do have hope, though, and here's why. In the past 3 elections, we have elected, election after election, more gun safety candidates. Even here in Florida, which was a disaster, we've elected people like Jared Moskowitz and Maxwell Frost. New York just elected Dan Goldman, another gun safety champion, and we keep adding to the number. So because of what we did in the prior elections, we did pass common sense gun safety earlier this year, and it is going to help to reduce the gun violence death rate. But we have more to do. Mm-hmm. I'm realistic. I understand what's happening right now in this House with this version of this Republican Party. I also am optimistic that because they're showing America who they are, we will get rid of them in the next 2 years.
Let me get you something a little closer to home. The Washington Post reported this week that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' re-election campaign wanted guns banned from his victory celebration in Tampa, and also suggested that the city take responsibility for the firearms ban instead of the governor. Yeah. Mr. Guttenberg, what do you make of that hypocrisy?
That's who Ron DeSantis is. That's what I make of it. Ron DeSantis is a guy who loves to amp people up with BS as long as it won't apply to him. Listen, he understands how dangerous and deadly guns are. He came to the governor's house on the backs of the Parkland families. We were there with him. So he gets it. He understands it. He understands that a gun in his proximity would be dangerous and deadly to him. But it's okay for him right now to push permitless open carry on Florida, because the truth is he doesn't care about anyone else. He cares about a political issue. I've heard a few others in Florida call it political carry, and I think it's a genius way to say it. But Ron DeSantis loves making issues of things that are detrimental to others, but don't put it on him. Just don't put it on him.
Mm-hmm. Real quickly, so then given what you said, do you think everyone's talking about the fact that he's going to run for president for the Republican nomination in 2024? Do you think that this will work on the national stage? Might work in Florida, but will it work on the national stage?
Ron DeSantis won't be the nominee for the Republican president for the party. He won't perform well on a national stage. The more people get to know him outside of Florida, they'll see he is honestly, he's a bit strange. And they will see that his tactics are somewhat fraudulent and that his focus on simply the red meat part of the party isn't what the majority of America wants. He will not be the nominee.